Right everyone, today I'm going to answer the big questions in Gran Turismo 7. Firstly, how is Sophie on the new track, so here at Dragon Trial Seaside? And secondly, more importantly for a lot of people, how is the force feedback in the new update? Because they say that they've changed it, they say that they've changed the handling. So to find out, I'm wearing these silly glasses because, let me explain, this is quite exciting. You can now see my G Pro and you can see the settings here, and I'm going to let you know, honestly, it's my first drive, how the force feedback is. So we've got 8 Newton meters on the G Pro there, and then for true force we've got 100. By the way, this Logitech G Pro was given to me by Logitech over 2 years ago to use in a video in ACC. I'm not required to use this wheel anymore, but I've really enjoyed using true force. However, the previous update made some very weird changes, almost on like a per car difference. So we're going to see now, honestly, whether this is still kind of working as it was in previous updates or if it needs to be fixed. Let me let you know what I've got in my controller settings as well. There we go, 8.8. Okay, I'm going to try and concentrate. You should be able to see, if I look down here, you can see the live talk and the max talk. Let's hope you're going to be very interesting. By the way, a massive thank you to everyone who subscribed to the channel. Your subscriptions, your support, memberships, donations, etc. mean that I can buy equipment like this and hopefully increase the quality and value of the content. Right, so this is Sophie on hardest difficulty. Obviously we want to get to Death Chicane. And how's the handling as well? So much to talk about in this video. Oh my goodness, definitely feeling the bumps there, which is good. Feeling that sort of like big change in weight transfer is something I'm quite keen about now in Sims from my real world driving. So racing the Sophie AI, he's not really, or she, is not really changing their line here. Okay, then they back out. Death Chicane, do they make it through? Let's see what happens when we try and go side by side through Death Chicane. So you can see the live talk there, the average talk. The true force, by the way I would explain it is that previously, before the update that changed everything, I would have my true force on very low on this wheel because it was really quite rattly and very detailed. So I'd have the setting on low just to give me that feeling. What's happened now is, as you saw, I have my settings on maximum because I feel they've dialed down the true force, and I'm not sure why they've done that. I actually want to speak to Logitech about this. The guy or girl at Logitech who's directly responsible for true force, and to see if this is a GT7 sort of led decision or if it's Logitech led decision, because there's been a big change there on the true force. When it comes to the force feedback, for me, this is still a very, very, very good force feedback experience. Like, but I do remember, sorry, I'm turning my glasses on there. I do remember driving different cars in the previous update. I basically went through all of the time trials, and some of them, like I think I drove that Mercedes AMG, or I drove the AMG GT4 maybe, in the Mercedes time trial, and the suspension on that was brutal on the wheel. It felt like you were botting him out all the time. Here you go, if you can't see, you're gonna actually try and have a look at the live talk if you can see it as I go through here, see what we're getting. But this is a really nice level of feedback for me. The true force feels good. I'll try and go over some curbs so you can feel it. Well, you won't be able to feel it, but yeah, it's not, it's still there, but it's definitely muffled. It's like, it's not as sharp. It's like the sharpness has been taken out of it. And maybe that's more realistic, I don't know, but it's almost like I paid for the true force. I want to use it as the feeling that I think a lot of people will have. By the way, this is the most difficult Sophie setting, and I don't think we're massively struggling here. McLaren F1 in the lead. Is it better to have Sophie on this track? Yes. Is it the be-all and end-all? No. Is it a game changer? Not. Do anyone remember the Sophie demo? Like how good the Sophie demo was? Doesn't seem to be like that. Around the outside. Oh, a little bit of contact. Dive up the inside here. I mean, you can definitely, you're more able to practice moves that you would do online, basically. And for the ultimate practice, Oh my goodness, so many of you are now in the cohort on the GT7 Beginner Masterclass. I'll put a link in the description again. Still $10? £10? Go check out my GT7 Beginner Masterclass if you just want to get up to speed on GT7. If you're watching this wondering, how do I get into first place? Outbrake him. Down to second gear here. Bit of trail braking, go over the curb. And basically, in a car like this on soft tyres, absolutely dump the throttle, run wide on desert. There we go, there's a bit of true force. Lovely jubbly, go wide over this curb and watch me crash into Death Chicane. Whoa! There we go, I promised it. Tell you what, that F1's got some pace. Gotta be a bit concerned here. What we're gonna do after... Oh my goodness, no, he's on the outside, no. What we're gonna do, having won this race, we're gonna go to Brands Hatch now in a completely different car. We're gonna go in the Honda F1 and we're gonna see how that is. Here we are at Brands Hatch. Just confirm the settings on my wheel, 8 Newton meters. And sorry, the true force is 100. So let's go. Let's see what's like in the Honda old school F1 car. So I'm getting immediately more road feel out of the box per se than I was at Seaside. And it's a bit of a weird selection of cars. I kind of assumed it would be a one make, but it isn't. There's a WRX on my inside there. Gets very light, the steering, very light. Oh my goodness, if you were able to see, hopefully you are, the it's very light, this. It's way too light, the steering. I'm not doing Indy. Yeah, this is very different from the Peugeot RCZ I was just driving. Obviously the characteristics of the car are different. I am on the same tyres though. And also the Sophie, I seem to be a bit handicapped against down the straights against the other cars here. Don't mean handicapped like I've got a detriment against me. It's more like just the cars I've been matched against probably have more top speed or something. I don't know. Or maybe I just need to drive a little bit faster. Bro. This could be a difficult one. This could be a fun challenge then, if it's doable. If it's kind of curated to be doable. Remember, in VR, you don't have that rev band, which is so critical in this car. Because the rev changes are insane. Okay, let's get past P. Oh, my Lynchy, bro! Could there be a massive accident? Thank you. Thank you. To be honest, I'm going to be really honest here. That gap I went for was like an AI gap. That's a gap that you go for against the AI normally. You wouldn't really... I wouldn't do that online, to be fair. I wouldn't do that online. So maybe that's the use case, again, we're seeing for Sophie, is that you're practicing. Yes, round the outside. The wind's still on. Right? Right? See, because it's so light, I know there's a bump there on the exit from having done this in the Assetto Corsa, iRacing, ACC, all the sims. But because the steering's so light, I'm not sure I'd be able to feel it. Oh, P. Lynch, I'm so sorry. Tell you what, there's that big group of cars again. Let's see if we can get them. Nice. Okay. So you can see the average torque. I don't know what the average torque was in the Peugeot race, but I would imagine it's much higher. And I think it can go the other way as well on the force feedback. So this is obviously much lighter, but it can go much heavier. And then you're like, oh, I can't drive it. And I think the Tomahawk might have been like that, which is obviously a car that's breaking the bounds of reality anyway. But that wasn't an issue, I remember, with the previous physics. The previous physics and handling or whatever, force feedback. you basically had a similar feel in the wheel on every car you drove. I mean, arguably this is more authentic. It's just less casual. I want to be able to jump into any car and drive it. And it's surprising they've done this because GT7 is still primarily a controller first game. It's interesting Mitsubishi, I haven't seen that before. How bad are these VGTs if I'm like driving them in this car that's 100 years old? What's actually on here? Is a podium on? Nah, podium's gone. But if I hadn't crashed... Oh, don't go on the grass! Don't go on the grass! Send it! Yeah, get out of here with City Alpine. Get out of here! So, Sophie, yeah, more fun than the normal AI. And the force feedback... I don't think... Some people have said it's utterly catastrophic, and I don't think that's the case. I don't think it's utterly catastrophic, but they have made big changes and they haven't really explained it. Which I don't understand why they've done that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments about it, and I'll see you next time. Please subscribe as well.